All right, welcome back to Southern Unscripted, where we talk a little heart, a little hustle, and a lot of laughs. I am super excited about today's guest, my very own Kaden, my son. If you're new here, I had him at 20, um, and he's a hustler, man. He inspires me every single day. I just watch him grind and put his head down. He's never distracted, and it's very inspiring. And I thought it would be perfect for me to bring him on, pick his brain, since everyone's into this digital world right now. Everyone wants to figure out how to work from home, from anywhere, and be able to make great income. And it's like it's a trend, and people want to know how. So I was like, my son would be the perfect person to talk to. So what's up, Kay?
What's up, Mom? What's up? First of all, thank you for having me on Southern Unscripted. Um, Secondly, I'm grateful to be here.
So if you don't follow Caden, which you should, we'll give you the plug here in a minute. He's the owner and founder of AZR University, which is, Amazon world. And there's so many things of like working third party. But first, let's get to how did you get to AZR?
Yeah, so obviously, if y'all are aware of my mom's story, which if you're watching Southern Unscripted, I'm sure you are. We moved over to Texas summer of 2023, right after I graduated high school, and it was a very, very big switch for me. And so I decided to, just kind of get straight into work. I was going to go to a community college, but didn't really know what I was, trying to go to college for. Um, and my mom actually came across an ad right before we moved over to Texas. And the ad was something to do with Amazon FBA, the Amazon reselling world. And for months, I like begged her to like tell me more about it, this and that. But I never really like took action on it yet because I didn't know which direction to go. And when we moved over here, and I didn't really have much to do, finally took that step forward and was like, all right, let's give this a go. She did help me fund it a little bit, which I'm very grateful for. And I was able to catch on to the business very quickly and was able to hit my first $10,000 revenue month after 4 months of doing it at 18. And then I
Yeah, I feel like it all
also,
went fast. Like it all was just like going fast. The income was going fast. The numbers were going high.
yeah,
It was actually exciting. It was exciting for us to watch. We were all like, hey, let's package these products. We were down to like go in the garage together, family mafia, and just pack these products to
yeah,
ship them out.
yeah.
It was super
And
exciting.
and through that, I just started like posting stuff on social media. I've always liked to post stuff on TikTok here and there. Not saying I did it at a high level, but I've always been intrigued into that world. And so then,
Intrigued for sure. Cause I would say like you weren't really a poster
mm, I
compared to
mean,
me.
yeah, here and there. I did it when I was like 13 or 14. I had a TikTok account that I would get a lot of views on, but it was called Musically at the time. Do you remember that?
Hmm.
That's what
And
I
before
was,
that, it was Vine.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so just started posting stuff on there when I was doing the Amazon stuff, kind of trying to document the journey because the people that were teaching me how to do the business model, they told me that they were like, even if you don't post it, just like take some videos, start saving them in your camera roll, this and that. And they're like, in a year from now, you'll be able to go back and look at that and be super proud of yourself. So I just started doing that, and I would post along with that, and I had um, one of my, I would say, not long lost friends, but we were friends when we were kids because we played sports together, and then we reconnected through this because my friend Reed hit me up, um,
Shout out
and
to
he was
Reed.
just like, "Bro, teach me how to do this." And so he came over here. I taught him how to do it when in like
And
three
just to say
days.
about Reed though, he's always had that hustle mentality because he did Cutco before, and you were doing that, and he was doing very well with that. Like
Yeah,
he's the type of person he'd actually be somebody great to chat with because he just always put his head down. Like when he decides to do something, he does it and he goes all in.
yeah, no, for sure. And that's he was even trying to do like the drop shipping thing. If y'all know with the whole e-commerce space, which we'll obviously dive more into, but there's drop shipping, Amazon, TikTok Shop, all these different things you can do. He was, trying to get really good at that since he was like 13 or 14. But anyways, we kind of reconnected through Amazon, and when I taught him, he did really well as well within his first like 2 to 3 months. Again, the numbers went extremely fast. So after 4 to 6 months of us just kind of doing this together and realizing that we had a platform and an opportunity to share with other people, while we were posting on social media, we just started promoting it in a way of like we could teach other people as well. And we just started working with people here and there, not really like it was called AZR at the time, but it wasn't like necessarily a company or anything like that. But the more people that we got in, and we actually started getting real results and somewhat changing people's lives. For example, one of my students was in federal prison for 4 years, and after that, he found me. He dove into Amazon, and he just finished his 11th month, and he's at $160,000 in revenue.
I freaking love that because people make mistakes in life, but I think people deserve second chances if they're willing to make changes within themselves. And look at this guy. He has a story and he's coming up on top
Yeah,
right now. And you are his mentor, his leader. That's freaking awesome, if
yeah,
I think. So in AZR, something that y'all like stand for is teaching people how to bring in a 10K month, right?
right.
So what's the biggest shift that people or your students need to make in order to get to the 10K?
For me, the main thing that I always stress to people is just in the beginning, it's actually learning the information, understanding the marketplace, and understanding how to read the data and make the right purchasing decisions. Like everything A to Z, obviously. But the reason that I'm saying that is because the difference of going from $2,000 to $3,000 in a month to going to $10,000 in a month to going to $20,000 or $30,000 a month with this business model specifically, it's not the difference in information or the difference in what you're actually doing. It's just the difference of putting the more capital behind the inventory that you're buying to go from, 5K to 10K. For example, if you want to do some math, a good estimate of how much I need to spend to get to 5K would be, let's say 1,500 to 2,500, depending on your margins. But if I want to get to 10K, then I just need to spend double that. If I need to get to 20K, then I need to spend double
They
that.
always say you got to spend money to make money.
Absolutely. And that's just really what I stress to my students because it's like everybody wants, they want to see the first 10K month in the first 30 days, but like it's not it's not always realistic for everybody. It happens for some people because some people come in, they understand quickly, and then they have the
But
capital
sometimes
to
it could
do it.
probably happen too fast. It could be like pure luck, but then they didn't learn all the tools and understand all the stats, so it's not sustainable.
Right.
Um, would you say that's what one of the common mistakes beginners make in Amazon?
I would say the most common beginner mistake, if I mean, from an outward looking in, like in a broad term, yes. When we go dive deeper into the actual business model, people that are actually trying to make this business model go around, the main thing that people struggle with is just actually understanding what a good product looks like. Um, but yeah,
But like in any business, I mean, literally any business, everyone makes a bad investment somewhere. So it's almost like
absolutely.
you have to make the mistake.
They
And
always,
sometimes people don't give themselves grace or they don't like it
yeah,
happens in being a business owner.
they always say, and I'm sure y'all have heard it, they always say to make $10,000, you have to lose 1,000. To make your first 100,000, you got to lose 10,000. To make your first million, you got to lose 100,000. Um, and
Which
it's
is
just a
hard for people
cycle.
to grasp.
Correct.
They don't get it.
Correct.
If you had to restart from zero today, what would you do differently?
That's a good question. Um, I'm not even gonna answer this in a sense of saying I'd go like straight back to Amazon specifically, but in whatever I would decide to do, um, depending on where my life would be at the time. Let's say, for example, would be right now. Whatever I decide to go into, it would just to be consistent. Like somebody asked me the other day, like if I had to turn around and tell myself something at 17 or 18 or 16 years old with whatever I was doing with my life at the time, it would to just be consistent in whatever you're doing because that's going to go further than really anything else. Being able to, wake up and be consistent in your craft, whether you want to do it that day or not, that's going to be the difference in whether you can actually succeed in something or not.
And it's really hard to say because sometimes doors open just that's not the destination. It's just your opportunity where you can learn and get tools. And in this whole process, you read books. You're a lot wiser now than when you first started. So it's kind of a
Absolutely.
hard question to answer, if you want to play all those into factor. Okay, well, where can people find you to sell on Amazon?
You can find the main place I like to be is Instagram, at thereal.kd. That's actually all of my social media handles. Um, and if you do want to dive deeper into actually learning about the business model specifically, just to get more information, my YouTube, ecom.kd. I post a lot about the business model, how you can kind of get started and get a good foundation going. Um, but if you're looking to go faster and actually work with me and my team directly one on one to, get to that first 10K month as quick as we possibly can, then shoot me a message on Instagram and we'll have a conversation and see if this is even a right fit for you.
Cool. So I know AZR may be your bread and butter, but you also are in the phase or the growth of mastering TikTok and this income. I know I'm watching you and it makes me so excited, which is what's motivating me on TikTok. But what's so crazy is people are starting to see certain things too. I'm seeing everybody on their TikTok now that people are shy that don't normally post on their normal social medias that they've been having for a decade, but they're stepping out and putting themselves out there because ultimately it's networking, it's building relationships,
It is.
it's
It's funny you say that too, because I've actually like literally a lot of my friends from high school who I'm gonna love them to the day I die. We don't talk too much anymore, but
yeah, y'all just evolve. I mean, I
I'll
have friends,
right,
we've
right,
evolved. It's I don't think it's any hard
yeah,
feelings.
no,
And
not
you
at
can
all.
call me tomorrow and I'll be there.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
They started posting on TikTok and not, for a specific reason, but for example, Hutch, he's a
Oh,
C, he's a
he
CPA now.
please let Hutch know that he
Yeah,
was in my feed
yeah, and
because
he started. No,
I
his
saw
videos are
that.
doing well.
I'm so happy for him.
And I seen that and I was like, oh look, Hutch,
But
and
ain't that
it's
crazy? Because
enjoyable.
he was in my feed. I don't follow.
Yeah,
I do not follow any of your friends. That like to me, I just don't want to, be weird. So I don't follow any of your
yeah,
friends. And your friends don't follow me. I think they know better.
yeah.
But anyways, so you're mastering this TikTok growth. What is the secret or what's one tip you can give to trying to understand algorithm? Because I think that is like the hardest thing. And then they change it and they throw out like different features that will like shake up the algorithm and then it's new and you got to figure it out again. That's the hardest part for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people struggle in a sense of thinking too hard about it.
Hmm.
Um, because social media. They want you. It's a platform where you can press a couple buttons and post a video and share whatever you're doing in that moment specifically. Obviously, people go a lot more deep into that, but what you really need to be doing on social media, obviously, you want to find out what you're using it for.
You niche.
Yeah, to an extent. Like you do want to niche down your page, but you can niche the niche if that makes sense. So I don't want
Well,
to
just for an
say niche down
example,
like
like
that.
I've been having my TikTok, my personal account since COVID. I only have maybe 1,800 followers, but some days my views get like 300. I opened a brand new page specifically for the podcast for some teaser clips. That's the niche.
Yeah,
And the numbers do way better. Like I coast, which nothing to brag about, but 900 views on that's pretty good for just opening a brand new page and I only have 218 followers.
yeah,
But after talking to you about this, I realized like a niche is important.
yeah.
So I'm still
It's
trying to
really
find what that is on my personal page, but I
like
mean,
I almost don't even like using the word niche specifically. It's just having a purpose with your content. That's really it. Like you want to, if you're just posting on social media to have fun with it and just post on social media because you enjoy doing that, cool. Like you could eventually, people go viral that way and start making money without even having really tried. But
If you're
On the
trying to
other
get that
side of
cash
that,
payout,
if
you
you're
have to
trying, yeah, like
master.
if you're trying to, whether it's grow your business via marketing or actually use the individual platform, for example, like my TikTok page, I make money off of because I post 60-second videos of the products. People will buy the products. It's a TikTok affiliate program.
What's the most you made on TikTok in a month? Do you know?
This past month made 2,000. Estimated commission or it commission based off of I think it was like 9 or 10K GMV. So it was about 20%. And from my perspective, on the outside looking in, most brands' profit margins almost aren't even that large. So I'm almost making more than some of the brands would be making. Like if I was on the other side of it and I was the brand owner instead of the affiliate, I would
Hmm.
almost be making the same amount of money as the brand itself. They may be doing 9, 10K revenue, but their profit margins are the same as my commission type of thing. Um, but with that being said, purpose in your content, have a purpose for the content. So, for example, I have a page where I just post a bunch about a specific product, and that's like my affiliate page. I post a couple products on there, but like that page, I only post affiliate videos of products. And then I have another page where I'm promoting AZR, and I only post things about AZR on that page. Or I have like my personal brand on Instagram where I'll post, my lifestyle slash also promoting AZR as that's like my main business. Um, so overall, just having a purpose for it, but on the back end of that, consistency. If you can be consistent for a month, get some really good views, not post for another month, and then your whole your algorithm is slowed down. You help yourself by staying consistent every day. They always say every post that flops is one post closer to the next viral thing. But if you don't stay consistent on that, you're not ever going to get
If
that
I
viral
I
video.
notice if I post two at a time, one flops and one goes well. But do the math on that. Everyone just posts one at a time every couple days. You're never gonna go far with that.
Yeah, unless you have like a super specific, unless
Cause
you're good at social media, you're not gonna go viral with that.
yeah. What's your go-to strategy for creating content that actually gets high views?
Um, when it comes to algorithms are slightly different. For example, Instagram and TikTok, like they all say Instagram is harder to go viral on than it's going to be TikTok. I do have videos on both platforms that have got more than 1 million views, but TikTok's definitely easier. Most important part really is the hook. So like the first 3 to 4 seconds of the video is the most important. Like if I'm scrolling on TikTok and something doesn't catch my attention within the first 2 to 3 to 4 seconds,
You
I'm scrolling
keep
because
swiping.
that's what people do nowadays.
Same.
The dopamine, we need it like that.
Same.
So when you're scrolling on TikTok, you need to be catching someone's attention as soon as you get on their page, whether it be, the image that you show as soon as the video pops up, or the first couple words you say, or the song that you're using and the part of the song in that first couple 3 seconds. There's a couple different ways to go about using a hook depending on the type of content you're posting, but the that beginning is where you catch the people, and then if you're trying to have a purpose, let's say the purpose is to, you know, for example, I want people to reach out to me to learn Amazon. So I'm going to catch them in the beginning of the video, and the rest of the video, I'm trying to get them to convert over to hitting me up to learn about Amazon.
Yeah.
You catch them and then you retain them.
So, would you say it's better to post less often with high quality or more often with volume?
In the beginning, so when you don't if you're new to social media and you don't have a specific content strategy that you're following, you need to be posting as much as
Just for the
possible
volume.
so that you can understand what you're doing.
Yeah,
And then you'll
and you
get
learn
those
from it and you'll start to see the
right.
numbers and
And
what they
you
like and
don't
what they
rewrite the
don't
wheel,
like.
you just do what's already working. You'll have your first couple of videos reach, you're stuck in that 200 view area, and then you get your first couple that reach 1,000, and so then you start replicating what you're doing there, and then out of all those videos, you're gonna have a couple that may go to 5,000, 10,000, and you start replicating
So,
those.
in a nutshell, if you're just getting started, just post. Don't
Yeah,
think too hard about it. Just post and post and post.
you have to be consistent. Like if not everybody has to do this, but like for me to really catch drift of social media, I've had to post. It was 3 to 5 times a day for like 60 days straight on all platforms, and then I was actually able to give myself data. And you have to do something like that's another thing too. If you really want to take it a step further, you have to start tracking stuff. You have to start keeping data. What's actually keeping people watching the whole video, or are they just clicking off after the
Or
first
what are
couple
you talking
seconds?
about? Like they like this topic better than this
Than this
topic. They're
topic,
more
correct.
attracted. Like what
And
your
you have to start
audience
keeping notes of those things. And over the period of 30 to 60 days of being consistent, you have a bunch of things to look at and then make decisions
scale
based
to
off of
move
that.
forward. Yeah. What advice do you have for business owners who feel too old or too late? Because sometimes people, which listen, sometimes I feel like I missed the boat. I think I'm old as shit, but it keeps me young to stay in it because the fact that you were already able to leave corporate America at 19 years old and you never look back and it doesn't on the rate at the rate you're going, it doesn't look like you're gonna go back to that. You know what I mean? And so everybody wants they'll look at somebody like you and they want what you have but they're not willing to put in the work, or they'll have this fear of like, I'm too old, I can't do that, when reality I think they can. But what
Yeah,
would be some advice you give for the people in the back?
man, I don't even, to be honest with you, it's not something I've thought a ton about because I am young myself. But for example, the student I was talking about earlier that spent some time in prison and then found me, he just turned 30 or 31. And that's young, but like he started a business at that age. Um, and what a lot of people don't realize is there's so much opportunity and money flowing around nowadays that if you if you take the time to do the research, you make sure that whatever you're diving into is obviously the right fit for you. Because I understand the fact that a 40-year-old has way more responsibility than I do,
Hmm.
and they may have a family, they may have kids, so their risk factor may not be as easy for them to take that risk as it would be for me as an 18-year-old. Where if I fail next year, I'm 19 and can just restart,
Well,
and
and
I
they
don't
don't
really
have
have
the hours. Like you have the
responsibility.
hours to put in
Correct.
because you don't have, I hate to say
Correct.
baggage, but baggage. You don't
Yeah.
have anything. And
Yeah.
then those people who still have to take care of kids and provide can't just walk away from a job,
Correct. And
you
that's
know.
why I say like I'm not sitting here saying it's not possible, but like you want to be strategic about what you're going into, making sure it's the right fit for you. But if that's the case, anything is possible if you want it.
Yeah. Okay. So in order to do all the things that you do, it comes with mindset, it comes with discipline, and it comes with drive. So let's unpack that. What keeps you motivated in this business?
It's a good question. Um, and to be honest with you, that's something that as a young entrepreneur, I feel like that has been the challenge. Being able to, leave a job, not be in college. What? Okay, I have no routine. I have no schedule. Like
Tell me about it.
I literally get to wake up whenever I want and make
Like,
my own schedule, choose
yeah.
when I go to the gym, do this and that. But like, and
No one's telling you,
people might sit
hey, you
here,
got to get this done.
right? And people might sit here and watch this and listen to that and be like, oh, I want to do that too. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because it's a fucking challenge. It's hard.
It's a
Like,
mindset
I
too.
have to, if I want to wait, like, doing that for a period of a year, it's very hard for, I think, anyone to wake up at a consistent time, go to the gym for a consistent time, and do all of the things on a consistent schedule if you have just so much of that freedom, and being able to like build that calendar for myself. Even since the day that I started the Amazon business, that was like one of the main things I've struggled with. And I would say I finally, over the last 30 to 45 days, have been able to begin to find that schedule of waking up at a certain time, doing something specific in the morning. Right after that, I'm going work out. Then you know, I have
A
my
flow.
phone's over there, but I have a note thing in my notes that at the top of it, it's called my daily non-negotiables, and I have a list about
I
10
love
to
that.
12 things that no matter how I'm feeling or what I've got going on that day, I have to get those things done, and then I can kind of, if I have time to do more stuff, I can do more stuff after that. If not, I got what I needed to get done that day.
I love that. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, and so that's been able to help me because I get to look down if I know I got it done and get to check it off. Okay, what's next? Like, let's get this shit done. Um, and
And
that's
it
been the most fun, to be honest. Just being able to, like, through that, I get to figure myself out. I get to learn about myself. I get to,
discover yourself and you polishing yourself all at
not
the
do
same time.
things that I told myself I was gonna do, and then sit there and have to deal with it. Look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, like I gotta do better tomorrow. I gotta, that's I always refer back to this. I got Kaizen right here on my wrist, and it's the philosophy of getting 1% better every day on a consistent basis.
I love that. Is that how you stay disciplined? You have your little daily non-negotiables in there?
Yeah. For example, a couple of those daily non-negotiable is work out and go to the gym, spend time with God, and converse with Him, no matter whether it's 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Obviously, I've got some work things that I mix in there. 2 to 3 hours of content creation every single day. Um, So like,
Damn.
yeah, the note, like, just having something to be able to wake up and look at and be like, okay, I got to do this, and this today, and I have this much time to do it. Let's do it,
I love that. So what's your why behind all of this? Like what are you chasing?
man. Um,
And I'm sure in your journey it changes. It always will.
yeah, for sure. I would say just being able to, and I'll definitely say that is something that I'm figuring out every day. Like, just figuring out, continuing to follow what I feel my purpose is, but at the same time, like, over the period of time, that'll slowly shift into whether it's good or bad, whatever that may be. Um, but I would say just I'm chasing the life that we've never had. Um, I mean, we didn't come from a whole lot, and I've kind of got to watch y'all, especially being like super young parents. I literally got to watch y'all go from nothing, living at y'all parents' house, to something. Um, and I actually made a YouTube video about talking about something similar about this about 2 weeks ago. But there's levels to the game, um, and I want
Levels
to.
to the game.
There's levels to the game, and
Sounds
I
so
wanna I
serious.
wanna put, not even just our family specifically, because I know obviously y'all are doing well for yourselves now and only going to continue to do that as y'all are still young. But for the family we have now, the family I'm going to have in the future, I want to be able to put my family at a level that I've never been able to be at, things that people only dream of.
And you're doing it the right way because just imagine I had a kid at your age.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think. I could not even picture you with a child. So what inspires you the most to keep going?
um, Man, probably my as of now, my family. Um, I think y'all have done a really good job of building like that family culture over here between me and my sister, and just that strong connection that we all have. We kind of push each other to be the best versions of ourselves all the time. And so it's kind of like you wake up and there's no other option. You got to be the best version of yourself today.
Yeah.
Um, so that's just a driving factor. And I've always kind of, like, since a kid too, playing soccer all my life and doing it at a pretty high and competitive level. Like, you just have to wake up and carry yourself to a certain standard no matter what.
And that's a good reason of why kids should be in sports because it teaches a certain mindset of like persistence, resilience
I
that
agree.
literally will help you for the rest of your
I
life.
agree.
Like no, you may not play sports for the rest of your life, but it will take you so far just to have
I've
that molded inside of you,
Yeah,
which is why we're
100%.
like, Marley don't want to play soccer, but we're going to find something, girl, cuz
Yeah,
you need
because
to make
it's not just
sure.
about the sport. It's like like you said, it's about the things that you learn throughout the way, and you also learn a lot about yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
you learn how far you can take your mentality.
To
What you're
stay in
able
the
to,
fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
like what you're
Yeah.
able to handle.
And it's
You're able
not
to,
easy
no,
either.
not at
Nobody said
all.
it was going to be easy, but it's healthy,
And
I
you
think.
also learn camaraderie. You learn teamwork. You learn how to deal with people, relationships, whether they're good or bad. You learn how to deal
You
with
learn leadership
a
because if you're
coach telling
captain,
you
yeah,
what to do and whether you like it or not. Like shit, I know I didn't always like the coaches telling me what to do, and maybe that's why I'm
that's
doing what I'm
the
doing now, and
that's
I'm
the Kyle in you.
trying to be the leader. But like you just have to learn how to deal with those things, whether you like them or not. And a lot of people kind of overlook the fact that those are those are life lessons that everybody like has to go through.
Yeah, agreed. And doing sports at a young age helps you
Get through those lessons sooner.
quicker. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now that we've got all the value out of the way, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I always like to play games if you're new here, if you haven't watched any of my episodes.
Okay.
We always close it out with games. It's all fun and games, love and light. So I just want you to be honest, but don't be mean to me.
Oh gosh. What
Because
are
I
you about
know
to ask me?
I just know sometimes you like to be a little sassy. Okay, so first we're gonna go into. I'm just do a quick rundown. We're gonna do who's better. It's gonna be mom and dad edition. Obviously, you're just gonna say who's better at whatever I ask, either mom or dad. And then we're gonna shift to some random questions, and then we'll go into a wild confession series because again, if you're new here, we do wild confessions on Southern Unscripted. Okay?
Wild confessions.
Yes. You ready?
I guess.
Okay. First up, who's better? Who gives better advice?
And this is between me and you.
No, this is between your mother and your father. So you're
Oh,
going to
okay.
say
Okay.
mom or dad. That's the
Okay.
answer.
Man, that's hard. It depends on the situation.
I figured you would be stumped on this one.
I'm gonna go with shit. I'm gonna go with dad.
That's fucked up. Just kidding. Honestly, I knew you'd be stumped on that question because I think you go to both of us for certain things. Like
Exactly.
you're not gonna come ask me about money or anything like that. You're gonna go to him.
And
But
then if I have some type
mindset,
of
sometime like mindset or certain things,
or
social
like an
media
emotional
things,
situation, like I
you're
wouldn't
gonna come to
go talk.
me
Yeah.
and not him.
That's
Yes.
why that's hard. I wouldn't even be able to really answer that.
But I just wanted to see what you say. I thought maybe you'd have gave me a little bit of grace because I'm right here and he's not, that you would have even said me. So it's screwed up that you said him. Who's the stricter parent?
Man, our life has evolved so much. It depends on the time.
Yeah.
Right now, you. For like Marley's sake.
I'm stricter, you think?
Then
You know
Kyle.
what I think? I think Kyle makes me be the bad guy because me and Kyle will be agreeing on something that we're both being strict about, but I have to be the one
Well,
to
when it comes to
deliver the
me,
message.
they were yeah. I mean, y'all were both very strict about specific things.
Yeah. Who's funnier?
Kyle.
Who's a better dancer with rhythm?
Sarah.
Thank you. And I hope he sees that because he thinks he dances good. Who's better with money?
Kyle.
Yeah, he is. We'll give him that. Who's more embarrassing in public?
Who's more embarrassing or who gets like embarrassed?
It's who's more embarrassing. Like, who would be more embarrassing to be with you in public or do something that would embarrass you in public?
You.
Me?
You know that.
Why?
Because you always be trying to do some little shit.
I mean, I guess. Who cooks better?
Man, that's Kyle. But you've been getting much better.
Thank you. I've been practicing being domestic in the kitchen.
It's getting very good.
I've been coming with some sourdough. He ain't never did that.
Especially the sweets, like the banana bread you made the other day.
Oh yeah, that's
That was
fire.
pretty good.
Costco. Um, who you calling first if you get in a wreck?
It's already happened. You.
Cause Kyle was gonna lay into that
Yeah, like when I
ass.
call you, it's like, okay, are you okay? You like, it's a
It's the things you
conversation.
need
I
to
call
hear.
him, and he's just
He's
like,
like,
what?
what? Okay, who's secretly cooler than they admit?
Who's secretly cooler
Cooler
than
than
they
they
admit?
admit.
What does that even mean?
Who's cooler?
Depends on what we're doing.
It's another thing. Man, that means you have some pretty good parents
I'm
who are like
grateful.
well rounded if
I'm
you
grateful.
are like stumped on all these
I'm
questions.
grateful.
It's 50-50. Okay. But more importantly, we're going to go into the questions. And the number one thing that I really want to know is why do you ride scooters at midnight?
Why? Why not?
I'm just like, oh my God, you guys, he literally will go downtown he will leave to go downtown at 10 o'clock at night and get there and go ride scooters and not come home till wee hours in the morning.
Listen.
And what's crazy is he's really not doing anything wrong. He's not a partier. He's not like even trying to go into that life. He likes life experiences to the fullest.
Listen. We did not grow up around no city like Houston and Lafayette, Louisiana. So
To have
to be able to
access.
have access to something like that, which yeah, I've experienced it a couple times now, but I just if I ain't got nothing to do and the city never sleeps. So I mean, you could go out there at 2 a.m. and ride your scooter and
Man,
just be
nothing
lit
good
up.
happens in the city after midnight. That's like,
But that's like if you, I feel like if you don't put yourself, if you're not looking for that, or if you're not looking to put yourself in that type of situation,
I mean, I guess, but it's the environment is you could be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
correct.
But we're not going to get emotional. Why you spend so much money at the gas station?
Wow. So this is the wild confessions part.
No, we didn't get there yet.
Oh shit.
But please go into that. What's the confession of like, you literally go almost every morning and every night. Every
Not
day.
every night anymore.
Every day.
Not every day. I'm cutting it out. Okay?
And the days that I'm struggling, he'll like, you want some sweets? You want some
to
sweets?
justify.
And I really do want some sweets, but Kyle's gonna fuss at me if I say yes. So it's like I have to be strategic when I say. Some days I'm like, screw it, yeah, give me some candy, and he is livid.
Yeah.
Like he has a vendetta out for anybody that likes candy.
No, I'm trying to stop. I do spend a lot of money at the gas station.
I know. I was like, man, you need to add that up because it's ridiculous. Just go buy a case of energy drinks.
They're on the way.
They're on the way.
They're
He
on
ordered
the way.
them.
We're not going to the gas station anymore.
Okay. Why do you not put the sock basket back where it goes when you go to get some socks?
I don't really know. I stopped doing that a long time ago.
Oh no. You did that like yesterday.
Listen, I just grab my socks and that's all I'm thinking about in the moment. So
when you put your socks on and you see that tattoo that says get better 1% every day, baby, that should be a reminder of like, oh man, let me go put things back where they belong. But now that we talk about this, that might help. So maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah. Who's funnier, me or you?
Me.
You think you're funnier?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I think we're funny together, but you're not funnier. What's the first thing you buy when you hit 100K a month?
Wow. It's a good question.
You gotta like think about. It's almost like something you have to plan out.
Like 100K a month to me. The first thing I'm gonna buy. Wow. I don't really know. Don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna save it?
Probably gonna think on it for a couple days. Like if I did 100K next month, I would.
You moving out?
Yeah. So I'd probably pay my car off. and then move
I don't even see you
to
keeping that
like a
car
high rise.
if you made that.
Yeah,
You just
or I
gonna
could trade
trade
it
that sucker
in,
in.
trade it in, and
I
then get
know
something
you.
else.
Okay. So, wild confessions. And since we're doing this, I'm going to give you a mini one and you can just feed on it. But what's the funniest thing you did as a kid that you still laugh about? Like, when you're just thinking about something and you'll laugh out loud to yourself.
Man, I've done.
You've done a lot of funny things. You want to share the time you
I do. I
cocked
do.
me in the face with
That's
an orange?
exactly what I was thinking about. So we were standing. I was standing in the kitchen, and I don't remember
It's
why.
like 7 in the morning. We about to go to school. I'm like ready to come put you in the car and bring you to school, okay?
Yeah, I was standing in the kitchen. I guess I was eating an orange for breakfast. And I grabbed another orange, and I
It's those
heard
little
my
mini halo ones
yeah.
for just
So like it
for
fit. It was perfect.
reference.
It was like a little mini ball, and I heard my mom like coming across the corner, but I couldn't see her. I could just hear her. And this is a good distance. Like I would say a good
No, like
25, 30
far. We
feet.
were far from each
And
other.
I was just like,
And he just had a random thought to do this to his
yeah. So
mother.
I cocked back and I threw that orange to try to time it for when she was coming around the corner. And right as she came around the corner and turned her face, the halo just hit her right in the center of the
Like
forehead.
right in my T zone.
And
Like
I mean,
literally.
I just died laughing. She was so mad, but she couldn't help but laugh
Laughed
too.
because it was funny, but I was pissed. Like, first of all, I just brushed my teeth. Like, I'm still waking up.
Yeah,
Might have not even had
it's like
my
7 o'clock
cup
in
of
the
joy
morning.
yet. And boom, I
Yeah,
get clocked in the face with a fucking orange.
that was a good one.
These kids.
Unreal aim.
Now, if I were to do that to him today, he would do it right back. Like, he wouldn't allow me to have revenge. He would
No, I probably
literally be
would.
ready to fight because every time I go in the kitchen, he's got his hands up ready to box me. And I'm like, bro, I'm your mom. Okay, and then last one, what is one secret you kept from me growing up, but you can confess now?
I don't know.
You just a perfect little angel, huh?
I wouldn't say all that, but it's like,
Putting you on the spot.
yeah, for sure.
I have one you can confess now. Tell us the time you snuck out.
I was gonna say that, but you already know about that. So it's like,
But it's almost like you never told me.
what am I supposed to tell you about?
It's like we speculated and Dior barked when he came in, but like didn't think nothing of it. You thought you was sneaky, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't the only time I snuck out either. That's the confession.
Cool.
Yeah,
How many times?
a good bit.
God dang, Kaden. The second you had a car, you was like, I'm out.
No, actually,
But like a serial killer, you get caught up in your
I
tracks.
think it was that my junior year or senior year?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe junior.
Senior year, well, I didn't do that at all because at that point, y'all didn't like I was.
Moms, I just want you to know if your kid's not in high school, those were some of the hardest days of our lives.
Yeah.
And compared to some kids, he was actually a really good kid, but it's like you're in that phase of you still trying to protect your child. You still want him to guide him not to make bad decisions, but they love, and I was in high school too, love to play with fire. Love to. But we got that all out,
It's the adrenaline rush.
I guess. And then when you get away with it, you're like, fuck yeah, let's do it again.
Exactly.
Yes, we've all been there. I mean, I get it. The difference is like back then, we didn't have phones, trackers. Like
Yeah.
the parents would say, "Call me on the landline when you get home." So we would go home at the time we said we're supposed to be home. Call from the landline because we're showing that we're home, and then we dart out
Well,
again.
the other time was y'all didn't. There was the next morning. Mimi was staying at the house.
Oh, and Mimi caught you, and she knew you
Mimi
went
called
out
me, but I think she was gonna do me a solid and not say nothing.
because
Somebody saw her phone.
she texted you and
She texted me and
said,
she said, "I
"I
know."
know."
That's all she said. When I seen that text, my heart dropped. My heart dropped. I literally turned around and came straight back home.
So she was trying to do you a solid, letting you know I'm not gonna tell your mama, and you went home.
I went home. I was like, all right, cool.
Where did y'all go? Just
I
hang
didn't
out at the
go any.
boys?
I just had left. I was 10 minutes down the road, and she texted me that. I was like, wow, cool, coming back.
But somebody saw her phone. What happened? How
The
we caught?
next, so she left her phone on the stand in the living room, and then somebody, I think you asked Dad. You were like, did Kaden sneak out last night or something? And then Dad came ask me, and then somebody saw her phone or something on the island because I had texted her back that I was coming home, but she had already went to bed. So my text was still there on the screen. It was
Oh,
like
maybe
picture
I saw it
perfect
in the
for me to
morning.
be caught. It was
You
God
just
telling me
like
something.
Kyle. You just like Kyle. Get caught in the tracks. Just be honest. It's okay. We all learn
Well, I
from it.
was honest at that point.
Well, thank you for doing this for me. I hope people get value out of you. It's your, just the e-com world and the digital world. And hopefully they'll reach out if they
Yeah.
need help or want to sign up to be on AZR.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll be able to come back soon, 3 to 6 months or a year from now, and catch an update.
Yeah, for sure. We'll tune in next week, and that's the end of Southern Unscripted. See ya.
See ya.